Rishi, welcome. Rishi, what does broader access to alternative investments mean for wealth creation today?
Well, the way I look at it is private markets allow us as investors to avoid, on one hand, the worst of our human tendencies and vulnerabilities, which is to sell it at exactly the wrong moments or to buy at exactly the wrong moments. So the illiquidity that is embedded into private market assets effectively acts as a regulating mechanism to save us from our own, human psychological failings. That's one. And the second thing is that the biggest force, as Warren Buffett said, in financial markets is compounding. And again, the liquidity in private market asset classes allows for compounding over a longer term horizon, which means genuine wealth creation potential through compounding of gain. So, those are the two reasons why private markets, as part of a retail investor portfolio, leads to the greater potential for wealth creation.
How is and how will AI and digital platforms impact how people invest, do you think?
So, look, let's start with the digital side of things first. So, digital platforms increasingly are quite prevalent, particularly for retail as well as for institutional investors. Within the asset manager community, we have our own digital platform that provides for friction free or certainly frictionless access to investment opportunities, as well as ongoing monitoring, reporting, risk management, and so on. I think the overlay from AI, in particular, the future of AI being agentic AI is the important bit over here. And that is very exciting because what you're doing is you're building upon that digital foundation to create true value added decision making tools that can be used initially to analyze and allocate risk and capital and create customized solutions for the investors, but more importantly, to execute upon those as well. It's not just about creating solutions, it's about actually building those portfolios. And agentic AI gives you that opportunity.
As alternatives attract more capital, how can private investors balance financial goals with global responsibility?
I think that's a great question. I mean, if you think about it, and this is part of our own ethos value system, if you will, at Investcorp. Let's look at what private markets or private market assets provide for, right? They are basically a source of long term patient capital. Now, you marry that with what are the biggest secular trends, the biggest needs for civilization, human society as a whole over the course of the next, not just 3 years, but next 30 years. The two that immediately spring to mind are climate, number one, and healthcare, particularly given the aging demographic that we face throughout the globe, right? Both of those areas can benefit greatly from the deployment of patient long-term capital across the value chain, from early stage to growth to large stage capex infrastructure projects, whether it's in healthcare or whether it's in climate. And I think that is really where you combine the power of patient capital with global responsibility.
Rishi, thank you so much for your time.
You're most welcome.